Hi guys, I'm back to work, finally back to work. If you're expecting a personal reading from me, I am getting caught up on personal readings today. I will be knocking a whole bunch out as much as I can. I'm still trying to get my voice back, but I'm feeling so much better, so thank you so much for all of the well wishes. I do want to remind everybody to check me out on Instagram at FearlessIntuition1111 and Facebook. You can find me at Fearless Intuition. Both of those links are down below. If you click on the box below the video, you can find all of the links to contact me. We are going to look into the weekly energies for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, whether you are in contact or you're not in contact with your counterpart. We're going to see where the energies are this week. I do want to mention that Venus is kind of doing like this up and down roller coaster this week. It's conjuncting Uranus on Wednesday, which is tomorrow here in the States. And with this conjunction, there could be some unexpected things said or unexpected things that are done. I do feel like that if you are in a karmic relationship or in any kind of relationship that just isn't going very well, there could be a lot of fighting this week, or a lot of, it can either come in the way of aggression or passive aggressiveness. Just, there's going to be a lot of push and pull between the energies, and that's just simply because like Venus with Uranus isn't a really good mix. And Venus is also moving from Aries to Taurus towards the end of the week. So as we move from kind of a harsher energy that's a little more fast-paced into Taurus where it actually resides, it'll be a little bit easier, but the transition is kind of bumpy. Also, the Libra full moon on the 31st. Venus also rules Libra, or Libra rules Venus. Venus rules Libra. It's like, you know, how do you explain that really? As the full moon comes, the Libra full moon comes, there will be this need and want of balancing out relationships, balancing out whatever it was that was rocky during the week. And this could be in any kind of social atmosphere, whether it's with friends, family, your loved ones. So let's look into the Divine Feminine and her energies first. Whoa, guess those wanted to come out pretty quickly, huh? I'm going to put these right in the middle. We're going to shuffle one more time here. The Divine Feminine, if they want to come back out again, they'll be on the top. That's the way I like to do that. See what the Divine Feminine from the 26th, which was yesterday, until April 1st, which is Sunday, which is also Easter Sunday, awaiting results. So if you are a Divine Feminine, you're probably going through this week with questions, wanting answers, possibly waiting for someone to contact you, your Divine Masculine to contact you. There is a possibility for reunions this week because of the energies that are going on. I do want to say, like, I don't like to get people's hopes up because it's not going to be the same for everyone. Everyone is in a different stage with this. But if there is a possible chance for reunion or for union at all, this week's energies are really good for that. So the Divine Feminine could really be waiting to hear from her Divine Masculine. If her Divine Masculine is still asleep, could be waiting for the Divine Masculine to awaken. The first card we have is the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like the Divine Feminine is waiting to hear from her Divine Masculine. And if he is unaware of this, it's very possible that he could show up this week out of the blue, like on Wednesdays when Uranus, on Wednesday, the 28th, 7 of Pentacles. And if it's already Wednesday for you, and something shocking has happened, let me know. With Uranus and Venus conjunct, let me know if something has happened to you. So again, the Seven of Pentacles is to say this is like the awaiting results is traditional tarot, Seven of Pentacles. So the Divine Feminine is really, really in this waiting period. Two of Cups. And this relationship is really on her mind. Pretty heavy on her mind. And it could be that if you are in contact with your Divine Masculine, Page of Swords, and you're looking for clarity and you're wanting to have that communication, it could very well be happening this week. Or you'll still be waiting by the end of the week. But I do feel like that there is this connection that is happening. And something will become clear. Possibly towards the end of the week when this balancing out of energies happens. On the 31st with the full moon in Libra. It's going to be a pretty big moon. Just because we had the new moon in Aries, new moon in Pisces, sorry, and then the full moon in Libra, and then in 2 weeks we will have a new moon in Aries. And that Libra balancing full moon, it's like having a culmination of energies bring balance together, right? And that's really what everybody's kind of been wanting, a balance of emotions, balance of all of the energies that are surrounding. We have the Eight of Swords. This waiting period is putting the Divine Feminine up in her head quite a bit. I do want to say that this is, we also have the Lover's card that's wanting to pop out pretty prominently there. I want to say that this is a self-imposed state. If you as a Divine Feminine, and remember, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, these energies, we all have both within us. And we take on both of the energies. And really, when it comes down to it, the balancing act of both of them is really how we master ourselves. So I want you to keep that in mind, that even if you are a female, you could be taking on the Divine Masculine energies. If you are a male, you could be taking on the Divine Feminine energies. I will be doing a series for Twin Flames in April, starting next week, just to explain some of the very small, intricate parts of how to master yourself through this journey, this Twin Flame journey. The Divine Feminine is really, excuse me, is really still up in her head. And this is a very self-imposed state of mind. We don't have to put ourselves here. You don't have to sit by the phone and wait for a phone call or a text message or any kind of message for that matter. The Divine Masculine is in your energy still. You know, you guys are always connected. When you're in a relationship like this, there's always that connection there. And if you are sitting up in your head waiting for the Divine Masculine to make their move, that's not really mastering yourself. I was actually talking to one of my best friends yesterday who's also in this Twin Flame journey. And she and I were discussing the workshop that I'll be doing when I'm traveling for events. Those will be announced this week. The first 2 events in April will be announced this week. But really mastering yourself and living your most authentic life. When you're on a journey like this, you really have to, like, the biggest part of this journey is learning who you are and mastering yourself and learning to live your most authentic life for you. And not giving your self-worth away to somebody, even if it is your twin flame, even if it is your soulmate. You have to learn that your self-worth is much more than a text message or some attention from your Divine Masculine. we all want to have that attention. You know, even the divine masculine wants to have that attention from his feminine. But when it comes down to taking away your self-worth, when your self-worth is bound by, is he going to contact me? Is he going to call me? And you put yourself up in your head and you're like, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this. And all I want to do is have this love in my life. When it gets down to that point, it's like time to take a step back and really clarify what this truly means for you. And that's one of the things that is probably the most important part of this journey. You know, we learn from each other so much, we mirror each other so much, that we tend to forget that we are our own person. And that's really why we are here, you know. So we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is kind of that very anxious energy. It's like, I really want to say something because I'm all up in my head. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for results. And I want to say something and I'm ready to say something. But this is very impulsive. This is very, very impulsive. And when you get to that impulsive desperation point, it is better to stop. You know that saying where they say stop and count to 10? It is better to stop and count to 10. We have some more waiting. 3 of Wands. I know a lot of divine feminines that are frustrated by the whole waiting part. You know, why can't he just show me that he loves me? Why can't he just show me that? Why can't he just wake up already? And they want to give up. And I know a couple that have given up and they're like, I have given up, but I haven't truly given up because it's still there. I'm just not putting all of my time and energy into it. And sometimes we have to get to that point, you know. I never tell anybody to give up on their soulmate or their divine partner. I would never tell anybody to do that, but I do tell everybody that you must take care of yourself and you must give yourself that credit and that, you know, build yourself up too, because this journey is not just about one other person. This journey is about both of you. And if that person is focusing on themselves, you must focus on yourself as well. Let's do these last 2 cards. We have Temperance at the bottom of the deck. So a lot of patience is needed here. And we have the Devil. And we have the 6 of Wands. So this is really rising above that really toxic feeling within you of not, like, to me, the Devil here is saying, like, these are those things that you will say to yourself, like, I'm not good enough. Why am I not good enough? Why won't he talk to me? Why won't my masculine talk to me? Why won't my masculine come into my life, right? And this is you really rising above all of that and not letting that part get to you and hurt you. And knowing what your self-worth is. That's what the 6 of Wands to me is knowing what your self-worth is for yourself. And not letting somebody else determine what it is. I don't care who they are to you. Never let somebody else determine what your self-worth means, right? Okay, so let's see where the divine masculine is this week. I appreciate everybody's patience with me and all of this. It's kind of came out of the blue, this being sick. My youngest, you know, my 4-year-old brings germs home. He's kind of sick himself, so hoping he feels a little better. But glad I'm feeling better. I really needed to. Okay, one more shuffle. We'll see where the divine masculine is for the week. Embrace. They are completing a cycle and starting a new beginning. So, when we complete cycles, and we're always completing cycles. We're always going through these constant cycles in our lives. So let's see where the Divine Masculine from the 26th of March until the 1st of April. Let's see where he is in his journey. And this cycle that he is going through. And I feel like this is kind of a learning experience for himself. Page of Pentacles. I feel like the Divine Masculine wants to, it's very interesting because we had, I'm starting to feel the feelings of a similar reading back in December that I did when I first did this Twin Flame reading, these general energies of the Divine Masculine feeling like he doesn't have enough to offer the Divine Feminine right now. And it could be that this is his higher self, or it could be the 3D version of the Divine Masculine, not really feeling like he has enough. We do have Justice, which is the Libra card, and we talked about the Libra full moon happening on Saturday the 31st. The Divine Masculine may be going through some legal issues. There could be some need to balance out some situations in his life, so that he does feel like he can offer something that is solid, offer a new start that is solid. Five of Wands. So definite conflict. There's definitely some conflict going on in the Divine Masculine's life right now. And I feel like this is where that balancing act is really going to be needed. This cycle that they're going through. And with this Embrace card, this World card, I don't feel like the cycle is ending this week. I feel like he's kind of right in the middle of it. The Six of Cups. Sixes are all about balance as well. This kind of makes me think that his divine partner, his soulmate, is really on his mind while he's going through all of this conflicting energy. And it's possible that he understands that the divine, some of them may understand that the Divine Feminine is in a waiting period right now. That was kind of a channeled message. I was just getting this feeling that the Divine Masculine does understand, some of them do. Some of them who are awake and who are very aware of the connection, they do know. So the Four of Wands, if the Divine Masculine is in a karmic relationship, or the Divine Feminine is in a karmic relationship, right now there is a cycle of conflict and really needing to bring balance and order back into his 3D life. He is, you guys, you masculines are really wanting to have a new beginning, but it's almost like you understand that this karma is at play. I feel like the masculine is recognizing that to have this fool's new beginning, to be able to start fresh, to be able to have faith in himself, he has to play out this karma. And that's why he's not quite ready to offer anything. It could be that, he doesn't like it. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy today. It doesn't feel like a desperate energy. It almost to me feels like kind of a bummed out energy. I kind of feel like the Divine Masculine is bummed out this week because of this conflict. But I want to let you guys know, masculines that are watching this, that are open to this, And if you are kind of in conflict with your 3D world, or you're in conflict with your feminine, and you want to have this new beginning, to me, it's conflict with the 3D world. I have the Four of Pentacles. When I have the Four of Pentacles in a reading like this, and it's on the masculine, you guys are really holding on to the 3D version of life. And that very well could be this lesson that you're learning, this cycled lesson that you're learning. You know, this embrace, this world cycle that you're learning. That you have to go through this karma and finish this karma and balance your energies out from the 3D world to the 5D world before you can come into union. If you are not in union with your divine feminine, we have death. So there is definitely a change. There could be a change with the Scorpio full moon next month. This could be this cycle starting with balancing out with the Libra moon, full moon, and then going into this, you know, this full cycle. That's where, and that's why I kind of felt like that's where this embrace card, this world card, you guys are like in the middle of this cycle. It hasn't quite completed yet. The karma has not been released. It hasn't been learned. The lesson hasn't been learned quite yet. And it could be that the cycle between the two moons, the Libra full moon and the Scorpio full moon, and that's where we'll get it. We have strength at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Nine of Cups. So what I really, really want to stress to the masculine right now is through the confusion, you know, I know that masculines like to look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the bigger picture. But sometimes the bigger picture is really, really fuzzy. And if you have things that you have to walk away from, if you're masculine or you are the masculine, you have to walk away from some things. I do feel like there's a tendency to start to walk away and then turn around and look back at what you're walking away from. And often when we do that, we can't see where the extra 2 cups from the 7 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. You know, it's like we turn around and look back at all these 7 cups, all these options, like, oh my gosh, I know that I need to walk away from some things, but then I turn around. It's like, if you keep moving forward, if you don't turn around and you keep moving forward and you complete the lesson, you complete karma, you complete that cycle, you'll find these 2 cups that go from the 7 to the 9, you know? And, I mean, how interesting that those 2 cups represents the 2 of Cups, the Soulmate card, the Lover's card. You know, we go from the 6 of Cups to the 7 to the 9. So I hope you guys have a really great week, and thank you so much for all of your patience with these readings. And I will be back for all of the general readings for all of the signs as well, after I get caught up on a couple of my personal readings. So have a wonderful, lovely week, and I really hope you guys are doing fantastic. Bye.